Hearing aids, aren't they a bit of a hassle, aren't they? I have to wear some. I expect there's a lot of you out there that got hearing loss. Seems to go down from the age of 40 onwards. You start losing frequencies of hearing, mainly the treble and the top end of the range, where the cymbals crash and things like that. Gradually it goes down and down until like now I've got hearing aids. Now, I've spent out a lot of money on some really expensive hearing aids, and they still ruin the sound. Now, it's got a music setting on the app of these hearing aids, you know, and even the National Health ones have, and good as they are, obviously you can't compare a little microphone in the hearing aid and a little speaker to your hi-fi system, can you? So basically, when you're listening like I do to my stereo quite a lot, it ruins the sound and it just kills it off dead. The high fidelity of the sound has gone. And the same with the TV, really. I've got a surround sound system in there, and I do use the front speaker to try and enhance that voice range where it seems to be very muddly. And that's probably a lot because the treble range of my hearing has gone away, and it's not coming back. But I do hate wearing hearing aids. Now what I've got in mind is something that happened by accident. Every morning I make the tea in a place in the corner of the kitchen. I'll show you where I mean. So every morning I get up and make a cup of tea, and obviously I click the kettle on there and wait for it to boil out because it's early in the morning most times. I take a little stretch. You do it in the morning like this, you see, and I don't know if you can hear the kettle boiling there. It's quite high frequency, but not for me. But one morning I was just doing my usual stretch when I stuck my hand behind my ears, and I realised when I turned around the treble was back. I can actually hear more treble when I do that than I could without it. The top end seemed to come right back in my frequency of hearing, and I thought, that's amazing. I left it for quite some time until I thought of an idea, and that's why I think plumbing fitters are going to be handy. It's going to be a plumbing job where we sort out something altogether different. More hearing with plumbing. Yeah, it's a great idea, I thought. And to that end, I've got to it now. As you can hear that sissing now, I'm going to cut the frequencies so you hear what I hear. And that there is no sissing for me. But I'm going to cut the frequencies down so you get it. So have a listen. And that's what I get. So here we are with my super deluxe hearing aid amplifiers, without an amplifier, without a microphone, without anything. It looks a bit daft pointing out like that, and that's because I want to hear a speaker this side and a speaker this side, and I'll show you where they are in my room. And I often stand and listen to my hi-fi, and it seems to be really working out. It looks stupid, of course it does. Why not? And I wouldn't suggest you go out, you know, outside walking around the streets with one. You'd probably get locked up. Oh dear, I've had an accent, hang on. That's better. Okay, yeah, get it right on. You've got to make some adjustments with them. Now, they look pretty naff, and I need some felt pads around there just to soften it against the ears, which I'm going to make up later on. But basically, these are pointing out that way and that way. But if you want to watch TV and you're only got a centre speaker, then put elbows on instead so they face that way, straight ahead. Still works, still does it every time. So just going to go down to the garage now and show you how easy it is to make something like this up. It could be a lot nicer than this, obviously, make it look a lot prettier, but this is a very basic kit. Alright, so let's get to it. So straight down to the garage come workshop, sort out a couple of plumbing fittings that we're going to need for these particular plumbing style hearing aids. Okay, all done with plumbing bits and pieces. Show you all the bits that we actually need right here. The materials you need then, quite simple. We're talking about plumbing hearing aids here. Yeah, a couple of 135-degree bends and a bit of copper tube. Quite simple. Now, the reason we're using those is because when you're placing those on your head, you want to get each speaker, which will be kind of off in each corner of the room normally, or at least sort of 8 to 10 feet apart. So you don't want them facing head on, you want them kind of facing at the speakers, and these will be perfect for that. So to get a rough measurement of the amount around your head size, just get a tape and kind of just slap it around, put one in one ear and the other one like that, just gives you a rough idea, but then obviously you've got to add some extra. Make a nice clean cut with cutters rather than using the old saw. Now then, we're just going to lay out our copper tube and just whack it nice and hard with a good club hammer. Let's flatten it down, shall we? That's it. Now all you've got to do is just gently bend it around so that this kind of rough shape, okay, and just try it on your head. Yeah, it's not too bad. Remember, it's got to stick out a little way for the fitting, so we may need it wider yet, but the good thing with using a copper, we can just bend it around. The next bit then is to bend them to shape like that, and to give these a twist at the end so they're facing so. Here then roughly is the shape of it, and you can see how the elbows are fitted there, what the 135s, and how that's going to fit around your head. Now I've actually made one a little bit too big for my head, I should have made it a bit smaller, but I'm going to bring it down a bit and cashew and soften it up with a bit of pipe lagging. Yes, good stuff. There it is then. I should have included the foam lagging as part of the materials you needed, shouldn't I? It does make it look a little bit better, a bit more presentable, do you think? What do you reckon? So then, a couple more bits of foam have made it more like a perfect fit for me. I'll show you now. Yeah, pretty comfortable, and I've been here louder already. It sounds strange, but I can even in my garage, so only means to give them the supreme test now and take them upstairs and give them a little wee go. There then are my speakers. You can see there, one on the left and one on the right at the top of the room there, which is why I like to stand up and listen to my hi-fi, because I'm often wandering around the kitchen here and the living room, and it's at the right height for me. And with those, well, my special super deluxe high quality hearing aids, I can now hear the treble, yeah, the high frequencies. So I spent years and years getting to this stage of hi-fi equipment, and finally 10 years ago I finally got there, it felt like, and only to find my hearing had dropped off, and now I was getting it playing out but not hearing any of the range I wanted to hear, which is the high end. We can all get the bass, but you know, we do want the top as well, don't we? We want the whole thing. So let's get them on and give them a go. So here we go. Don't you know now, baby, I feel through baby, now love is just fool you got. I'm a loving proof got. I'm a loving cause you know. So there we are. It's not a pipe dream, okay, it's real. A bit of old copper tube, couple of waste pipe fittings, and in my case a bit of foam lagging as well. I'm still looking for a bit of foam go around the actual edge of the fitting, soften that on your ear, but I can sort that later. Just want to show you the basic thing. So there we are, no electronics required, no batteries, no nothing at all. Just got to look a complete and utter idiot, but as long as you know like doing that in your own home, and of course I wouldn't advise you wear them out in public. You probably may get put away for something like that. I mean, it would just be criminal to see somebody walking around like that, wouldn't it? Funny though. Okay, that's about it though. All my stuff here on the go, usual place, Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, bye bye.